Hey y'all, Angela R. Strong here. For those of you who do not know who I am, I will be unveiling my book. This is the 6th book of mine, but this one is really special to me, and I'm going to tell you about it, but I'm going to have music playing in the background because I want you to listen at the words to these songs. I will tell you about the songs that I play after I unveil this book and I talk about it a little bit, and then we'll begin. But let's get this started. Try not to cut my books, honey, because I don't want to do that. Ooh. I like. Well, let me tell y'all something. They got these things in here tight. They make sure it doesn't get messed up. And then I go broke the scissors. Look at that. Look at these scissors. Lord have mercy. But that's okay. I don't need them anymore because the book is open. This is my book, Her March Forward. Isn't it beautiful? Check out the back. That's me, y'all. That's me. So like I said, let me slide these books over. You can purchase this book on my website at www.calibratedresilience.com. This is my 6th book, and it's very special to me because it was written with other African American veteran women. And in this book, we talk about our stories and all the things that we've gone through, how they've helped us to grow and be shaped into the women that we are. And this is a little of the inside. Table of contents. So my chapter is called Calibrated by Fire. That's the title of my book because I feel like I've been truly calibrated by fire. Going through so many things made me into the person that I am. And the last year of my military career was hard, and I went through some challenges that I shouldn't have. You have to read the book to learn about those. So it calibrated me, and it also taught me to go about doing things a different way whenever you go through things. You can't just react. Up until, I want to say June of last year, that was towards the end of my career, and I was supposed to be retiring. I would react when things happen. I wouldn't react angrily. I would react in a way that I always tried to defend myself. And no matter how much you think you're defending yourself, you're just reacting how they want you to react to make you look crazy. And so you have to be calm. Don't let it get to you. And choose a different way. So during that time, I did my research because I had nothing but time. I was going to work doing absolutely nothing because they forced me to stay for a little bit longer. So I sat there and I researched. I researched stuff from Stanford and the University of Pennsylvania. I learned about resilience and came up with the methodology, which is calibrated resilience, that is precision-based resilience. And so I started Calibrated Resilience. That's my company, Calibrated Resilience. But during that time, I also released Empowered Edge. That was my first book. So I released that May of last year. But I'm going to tell you the names of the other women that are in this book. First, we have Dr. Lena J. Patton Webb. Dr. Lena is also my soror, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And she did 21 years in the Army. We have Patricia A. Fly, who did 20 years in the Army. Dr. Anna P. Benjamin Cooper. We call her lovingly Dr. ABC. She spent 10 years in the Army. Naomi Carrington Hockman. She spent 20 years in the Army. Myself, Robin Stokes, spent 28 years in the Army. Sorry, let me go back. Let me tell you how many years I did. I did 5 years in the Army Reserves and then 22 years in the Coast Guard. We also have Dr. Manetta Hainsworth. She did 3 years in the Army. And Dr. Latoya Cherie Cleveland, who did 22 years in the Air Force. So I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this great book, Dr. Lena Payton Webb. And I'm looking forward to our part 2. We have a second part coming that will be going on tour for a book tour this summer. So we will see you all on the road. So don't forget to purchase her March Forward. Now, let's talk about the music. So back in, I want to say August, July, towards the end of July, beginning of August, I started writing songs. And I've always written, but I've written poetry. And so for me, it's easy to turn poetry and things I write into a song. You just come up with a catchy hook. And so I created, about a month ago, an AI artist, and I named her Aurora Stronghold. AURORA Stronghold, STRONGHOLD. So if you see my picture floating around and you see it, the name as Aurora Stronghold, that is actually me. I use my picture because those are my words. Now, I did create those songs on Suno. I see someone, some people are mad about people creating music on Suno, but I don't know how to write beats and stuff. So Suno it is. Be mad. I don't care. I'm going to keep using Suno. But Aurora Stronghold, the first single is Commander and Me, and that will be released on all platforms on January the 7th. So make sure you go in and listen. However, if you do have TIDAL, the entire album is out on TIDAL. So just look up Aurora Stronghold on TIDAL and you can listen to that entire album right now. You can go to my Instagram page at Aurora Stronghold and comment, tell me what you think. I do have the song on there as well. I made a little snippet of a video. But anyway, so I want to talk to you about that. Let me tell you the reason why I created Aurora for the music. I don't know if you all that are watching me really know all of who I am. Now I can sing, I can hold a tune. However, that's not my ministry. I'm not trying to be a music artist, or not in that sense. I'm good with writing and putting music to it with Suno. I tell it how I wanted to do and how I wanted to sound, and it will create it for me. I'm cool with that, and I'll keep playing around with it, and I can go in and edit and do what I needed to do for it to sound like what I need to sound like. I don't have Aurora trying to sound like anybody. I like music that has a smooth melody. With Calibrated Resilience, I teach how to stop, take a breath, and choose how to respond in chaos, so you don't respond in chaos and you respond in clarity. When you respond in chaos, you're upset and you're angry, you're just responding with emotion. When you respond with clarity, you respond with what it is that you actually need in that moment, and not just flying off the handle. And you also don't want to escalate the situation. You want to de-escalate the situation. So all the music that I have created is geared towards those things. In these songs, you will hear me talk about calibrated resilience and my methodology, but I did that and created Aurora because each of these 6 albums that I created, yes, there are 6. I'm retired from the military, so I have nothing but time on my hands to create and do what I need to do. Anyway, 6 albums. So each of those albums are a specific topic. The first album is geared towards you being in chaos, and you're forging yourself through these fires, and you're calibrating yourself. The next album, you're a bit more calm. The album after that is about receiving love. You've gone through things, then you've dealt with those things. Now you're ready to receive love. You're ready to receive love from friends, from significant others if you're single. If you're not, you're just ready to receive all the love and everything that is coming to you, not with just relationships, but it could be work. When you're dealing with things and going through chaos, you can't be your best self. So it's hard for you to get where you're trying to go. You have to heal first. So the receiving, you receive everything in abundance that you're supposed to have. Album 4 is about bloodline, legacy, creating a legacy from what it is that you want to do. You're receiving it, so you need to build it. Album 5 is a bit more sensual. Let's just put it that way. It's a bit more sensual. And album 6 is more of that. Okay, like I said, 6 albums. So the story themes for these songs is comeback after pain, leadership under pressure, motherhood and your mission, discipline, meeting grace, using your emotional intelligence as a weapon, quiet strength. Since I was in the military, I call it military inspired calm, because you always have to be, or at least look calm. You have to exude it even when you're not, because you have to make these decisions at the last minute, or something could be happening and you got that split decision that you got to make. So military inspired calm. It's also about holding the line for others. When you hold the line for others, being a leader is not just you that you're responsible for. You're responsible for those other people. So you have to lead by example, and you also have to look out for those people that work for you. If people know that you care, they will do anything for you. These albums all coincide with my programs in Calibrated Resilience. The First Single Commander in Me is released on January 7th on all platforms. You can see you can listen at the whole album if you have TIDAL. You can listen at all the songs that's on the album. I put them all on there as singles, but the actual album will be released everywhere else on January the 19th. January 19th on all other platforms. And when that album is released, you'll be able to go to my website on Calibrated Resilience, take a questionnaire. That questionnaire will ask you specific questions, and it will tell you where it will tell you where you are, and then it will suggest which album to listen to based off of that. When I tell you these lyrics are very empowering, I am not telling you that just because I wrote it. I wrote that because those are things that I wish someone said to me. Those are things that I wish was done for me, which is why I started Calibrated Resilience in the first place. I knew there was other people who were dealing with workplace issues. They were dealing with issues in relationships, even though I'm not in one, but I've been in relationships. So you just deal with all kinds of things. There's things that you deal with your children. There's things that you deal with your family, your parents. So those words are not just things that I see. They're things that I've lived. I was truly, truly calibrated by fire. If you don't know my story, you can get my book Empowered Edge, or you can just look up any magazines that I've been in, and it will tell you a little about my story, or you can go to any of my social media platforms. My Instagram page is Angela_R_strong. Facebook, Angela Strong, and there's also a business page for Angela R. Strong. I have LinkedIn. On my LinkedIn, you're able to read my blogs and my newsletter that is called, I forgot what it's called. I write a lot. So I can't remember, but it's got the edge in it. If you look at all my stuff, you'll see that everything is worded specifically. It's either got calibrated in there, or edge, or pause, or power, or stop, breathe, choose, be strategic. You will always know something is mine, and that I wrote it because of what it says, because I incorporate it into everything. So get her march forward. That is where you can start from my website, and you can go to TIDAL if you can. If you don't have it, then you are going to have to wait until January 19th. What else am I missing? There was one more thing that I had to discuss. Calibrated Resilience Certification Practitioner Program. I am training other people in my methodology. I have ICF standards for my certification program. It is going to be, the cohort is going to be February the 23rd, 2026. Right now, you can go on calibratedresilience.com. You can pay the $200 fee to hold your spot. There is only 25 spots. I do not have any more. I will not be creating more because I am teaching this myself. It will be taught via Zoom because I am not going to just stick with the people where I live. There's a lot of people who are out of work. And I was not going to release this program right now. However, there are a lot of people who are out of work and they need income. There's a lot of people who put in job applications. 100 job applications, have not gotten a call. And these are people with master's degrees. These are people with doctorates. I believe if the table will not allow you to sit at it, then you create your own. So I am licensing my Calibrated Resilience framework. You can be a therapist. You can be a psychologist. You can be a school teacher. You can be someone that worked in the corporate world and got let go when everybody was fired. But I'm not laughing because you got fired. I'm laughing because the reason was stupid. But if you have ever wanted to work for yourself and you want to help others be the best versions of themselves, because that is what I do. Pay your $200 deposit on calibratedresilience.com. On February the 1st, we will have a meeting via Zoom. I will tell you how you pay the remainder balance. First of all, the course is $2,997. Okay? However, until January the 5th, 2026, I have knocked $500 off of that. So it's right now it's $24.97 until January the 5th. When the clock strikes midnight on January the 6th, it will go back up to $29.97. I will not change it. I will not go down. And I can tell you that the cohort after this will most likely be doubled. But I know right now there are a lot of people who need a job. They need a way to make income. You will be working for yourself. You're just licensing from me. In this cohort that I'm doing, February the 23rd, for the people that sign up for that cohort, for this time, I can't say whether or not is this time only, but I know for this cohort that starts February the 23rd, 2026, all of the 25 people that are in that cohort for all of 2026, every piece of revenue that you make is yours. You do not have to pay me any of it. Since Calibrated Resilience is being licensed to you, normally there's a licensing fee and also a percentage of the revenue that you make. But I am not doing that because I know it's going to take you a little bit of time to build up your business. And I want to give you the whole year of 2026 to do what you need to do to get yourself to where you're making revenue hand over fist. I only want people in this cohort who are serious, who want to invest in themselves, and who want to help other people. There is a standard, and it's not a minimal standard. I'm not a minimal person. I do not play. I'm not going to baby you. I expect you to work, and I expect you to work hard to pass this course. You have to pass this course with an 85%. Not an 84%, not 83%, not an 80%. 85%. Like I said, my course is ICF standard. And yes, I am licensing my methodology because I trademarked it. You can look it up if you think I'm joking. I am looking forward to training the 25 people who want to do this program. I'm sorry, someone's at the door. Gotta pause you. Sorry about that, y'all. Somebody was at the door, specifically my daughter. She was trying to get in the door and dropping stuff. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the people who want to join this cohort, and I'm looking forward to working with you and guiding you and teaching you this methodology. I'm looking forward to you growing within your own company. You will not be calling your company Calibrated Resilience. You can call it whatever you want, but you're just licensing this methodology. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at angela@calibratedresilience.com, and I will get back to you. No question is too big or small. And I hope that everyone has a very, very happy new year. I'm getting ready to go to church here in a little bit and bring in the new year. And everybody stay safe. Know that you're loved. Know that you should be here. Know that no matter what it is that you're going through right now, it is only for a season. It's not forever. Reach out to me at any time. People say that, they don't mean it. I do. I love y'all. Have a good night.